The Paris Supercross, the longest-running overseas supercross event in the history of the sport, is set to dazzle fans once again this weekend as it celebrates its 41st edition. Since its inception in 1984, the iconic race has become a hallmark of international supercross, attracting elite talent from around the globe. This year is no different, with top riders from both the AMA Supercross Championship and the European circuits converging to battle for glory in one of the sport's most prestigious events. SX1, Gregory Aranda stuns with pole position. French rider Gregory Aranda delivered a remarkable performance during qualifying, showcasing his skill and familiarity with the Paris track. Riding for GSM Yamaha, Aranda stunned the field by securing pole position in the SX1 class, beating out some of the biggest names in AMA Supercross. His impressive lap time not only solidified his status as the hometown favorite, but also sent a clear message to the international competitors. The French are here to contend. AMA star and two-time Supercross champion Cooper Webb posted the second fastest time, just a fraction behind Aranda. Webb, making his debut in fly racing gear, looked sharp and determined as he familiarized himself with the Paris layout. Close behind in third was Malcolm Stewart, who edged out reigning AMA 450 Supercross and SMX champion Jett Lawrence. Stewart's precision and power were on full display as he pushed his Husqvarna machine to the limit. French fan favorite Dylan Ferrandis rounded out the top five, followed by Jett's brother, Hunter Lawrence, who is fresh off a successful season in the AMA circuit. Both Lawrence brothers are expected to be key contenders during the main event, but the local crowd will no doubt be rallying behind Ferrandis and Aranda. SX2. Tom Vialle leads, but Joe Shimoda closes the gap. In the SX2 category, Tom Vialle, the reigning AMA 250 East Coast Supercross champion, once again proved why he's one of the most exciting riders in the sport. The French star, racing in front of his home crowd, clocked the fastest lap time in the class. However, it wasn't an easy run for Vialle, as Joe Shimoda, last year's Prince of Paris, put in an exceptional effort to come within half a second of the Frenchman. Shimoda's performance hints at a fierce rivalry brewing for the top step of the SX2 podium. Anthony Bourdain continued his strong form, securing third fastest in the SX2 class, with Calvin Fonville close behind in fourth. Maxime Desprez rounded out the top five aboard his GSM Yamaha, further demonstrating the depth of French talent in the SX2 field. The opening night of the 41st Paris Supercross was nothing short of spectacular, filled with intense battles, high-stakes drama, and unexpected twists that kept fans on the edge of their seats. From the explosive SX1 Superpole to the dramatic main events in both SX1 and SX2 classes, the night delivered the perfect mix of heart-stopping moments and elite performances, with crashes, comeback victories, and fierce rivalries playing out under the lights of Paris. The stage has been set for an unforgettable weekend of racing. The night kicked off with SX1 Superpole, where Greg Aranda, the fastest rider in practice, looked poised to challenge Jett Lawrence's blistering qualifying time. Riding with confidence and aggression, Aranda pushed his GSM Yamaha to its absolute limits. However, his daring attempt to dethrone Lawrence took a turn for the worse as he came into the whoop section with too much speed. Unable to slow down in time for the following turn, Aranda flew over the berm and crashed into the safety net, sending gasps through the crowd. The dramatic incident handed the Superpole victory to Jett Lawrence, who later admitted he was expecting a close battle from Aranda. While Lawrence took the honors, Aranda's bold attempt set the tone for what would be an action-packed evening. The SX2 class brought its own brand of excitement, with Tom Vialle and Joe Shimoda locking horns in a heated rivalry. In the opening race, Vialle looked untouchable as he took an early lead. However, in a déjà vu moment reminiscent of Aranda's Superpole mishap, Vialle miscalculated his speed, overshot a berm, and crashed. Unlike Aranda, there was no safety net to cushion the impact, but fortunately, Vialle escaped serious injury. Joe Shimoda capitalized on the mistake to take the win, showing poise and precision under pressure. Vialle returned in race 2 with renewed determination. He held off a relentless Shimoda to secure a hard-fought victory, setting the stage for a decisive third race. The main event promised a thrilling showdown between the two, but it was Shimoda's turn to suffer misfortune. As he applied pressure on Vialle for the lead, Shimoda went down in a corner and clutched his knee, raising concerns about a potential injury. Vialle seized the moment to take the win, but the surprise of the night came from Anthony Bourdain, whose consistent performances earned him the overall points lead after the first night. With the standings wide open, the SX2 title is still very much up for grabs heading into Sunday. The SX1 class was equally dramatic, with the Lawrence brothers leading the charge. Jett Lawrence made his intentions clear in the first sprint, taking the whole shot and quickly building a commanding lead. Behind him, Hunter Lawrence found himself under immense pressure from a stacked field. Dylan Ferrandis was the first to pass Hunter, followed closely by Malcolm Stewart and Cooper Webb, both of whom were riding with impressive speed. Stewart, in particular, was the man on the move. The Yamaha rider stormed past Ferrandis and began closing in on Jett for the lead. Despite Stewart's late charge, Jett held his nerve and responded with a flawless ride to claim the victory. Meanwhile, Webb executed a clean pass on Ferrandis to secure third, rounding out an intense opening sprint. The second sprint began in similar fashion, with another Lawrence 1-2 off the start. However, Hunter's race took a turn for the worse as he made a critical mistake and dropped back to fifth. Jett, meanwhile, looked poised to secure another victory, riding with his trademark smoothness at the front. But in a shocking twist, Jett collided with a backmarker and crashed, damaging his bike and forcing him to retire from the race. This opened the door for a fierce battle between Webb and Stewart for the win. In the end, it was Stewart who emerged victorious, holding off Webb's late charge to take the checkered flag. The main event was a showcase of determination and skill. Malcolm Stewart grabbed the whole shot, but Jett Lawrence was right on his heels and wasted no time making a decisive move for the lead. Once in front, Jett displayed remarkable control, managing the race with precision and pulling away from the field. Behind him, Webb and Stewart reignited their rivalry in a thrilling battle for second place. The two riders traded positions multiple times, but Webb ultimately prevailed, securing the runner-up spot with a bold pass late in the race. Ferrandis delivered a steady performance to finish fourth, while Hunter Lawrence rounded out the top five after a challenging night. As the dust settled on the opening night, Cooper Webb emerged as the overall leader in the SX1 class, thanks to his consistency across all three races. With Stewart, Ferrandis, and the Lawrence brothers all within striking distance, the battle for the SX1 crown is far from over. In the SX2 class, Anthony Bourdain's unexpected rise to the top of the standings adds an intriguing layer of unpredictability heading into Sunday. The first night of the Paris Supercross was a masterclass in high-stakes racing, blending raw speed, strategic battles, and unforgettable moments. With the final night of action on the horizon, the stakes are higher than ever. Will Jett Lawrence bounce back to reclaim his throne? Can Joe Shimoda recover and challenge for the SX2 title? Or will new stars emerge to steal the spotlight? One thing is certain. The Paris Supercross continues to deliver its reputation as the longest-running overseas Supercross event, cementing its place as a true classic in the sport. Fans won't want to miss what promises to be an epic conclusion to a weekend of world-class racing.